Welcome to DevLive, a dialogue with speakers and partners about the largest expo conference dedicated to developers and IT professionals in Romania, DevTalks. I'm Andrea Balac, and I'm happy to be here today with Attila Antal, Software Architecture Office Lead at Accesa. Welcome and thank you for accepting our invitation.
Hello, hello.
First, let's get used with our audience, and please tell us a few words about you and maybe about the IT component in your company. What do you think it makes it different in the IT industry?
Okay, so I'm in IT business since 27 years, I can say, and I'm doing software architecture 10 years plus, I can say, and yes, there is a long way to get into the software architecture. When I started IT, I read somewhere to get to the software architecture, you have to learn 5 years as junior, 5 years as middle, and 5 years as senior. And after that, you are able to understand a lot of stuff that belongs to software architecture. And I think I did that 15 years of a parier cat. Yes, it sounds strange, but because right now everybody wants in few years to become senior developer or software architect, but it's not. You have to achieve a lot of experience with a lot of different situation and contexts. And I did this because myself, I'm a person who's with a lot of imagination, and I'm imaginary. And right now I'm participating in the team of the strategy board. And I always was interested what's inside in the teams. When I little child, I also had few machines, cars, okay, and I disassembled that to see what's inside and why they are working or not working, and how I can do electric stuff inside to have electric machine. Okay, and I'm talking in Ceausescu regime times. Okay, so after that I discovered, okay, in the software, it's a lot of fun to do that, to see what's inside, to understand every bit inside, to build a better software, to simplify complex things or understand complex things. And here I get in directly in what I'm doing in Accesa. And in Accesa, as a generic IT company, where the IT company bringing services to customers from the West, I can say, we have to build in a very efficient way a lot of solutions. Currently solution based on cloud, but also we have a lot of challenges based on automatic robotic stuff and machine learning and everything. And what we are doing, especially here, is learning continuously new stuff. And when I mean new stuff, it's not just trendy and fashion stuff. New stuff in the way of learning all the time the new businesses, the new approaches, because in the software architecture office, the architects get to have to be prepared for everything that's new in a business domain. Because, sincerely said, the IT what we are doing is basically the shadow of the business of the world. Okay, so
That's
this
a good
is
description. Yeah.
yes, yes, and if you are not understanding the business in a front, okay,
It's
you can
harder to, yeah,
yes, you
work in
can
the
be a good developer, you can be a good IT engineer when you have a task defined in your backlog. But when you are an architect, you are in the front, and you have to understand the business, to translate in the technical language, and to learn the team behind, okay, what is the best way, what is the efficient way, and not all the time the modern way.
yeah,
Because
yeah, that's true.
the best fit architecture is always the best, and the better than a new stuff or a trendy stuff. And this is about the efficiency. And inside in the software architecture office, basically these are the strategies to find the very efficient methodologies we can in an efficient way calculate and define solutions, the best fit solutions. And that contains a lot of argumentation, a lot of impact analysis, a lot of methodologies like ATAM, architecture trade-off analysis method, and stuff like that. Because architecture is not only about the design, to let draw some diagrams and that's it. No, that's the last part. Before the drawing the diagrams, you have to argument your choice, and you have to argument why a solution A is better than solution B. And again, we are back to what we are doing here. When we are offering a solution for a business problem, we are offering not one solution, we are offering multiple solutions, because we can do or solve a problem in many ways. But also we are helping the client to choose the best fit one.
Okay. So we've covered the question regarding how did you start your career at Accesa. But I'm curious also about what do you love most about working here in this company?
Right now, in this moment, I can say I love to do home office, but okay, it's not about Accesa company, it's just a parenthesis.
A facility
Uh,
that everyone can access.
Personally, yes. I said before, I'm an imaginary person and the visionary one, and I always try to find in Accesa a way to define myself in that way, in a visionary way, and doing a lot of pre-sales activities where you have to find a solution based on few rows of requirements. You need a lot of imagination, and I, I love that. I love that stuff. But
The vision behind.
I saw there is a lot of people who are scared if something is not really defined, if something is very ambiguous. No, I love that ambiguity, and I have a lot of imagination to see, okay, what's happening or not happening, if we are defined that or not defined that. So I found this way to express myself, and of course, this is not really my power, because I have nice guys in the management who who understand my needs and my skills, I can say, and they are offering the environment for that, because also need this type of imaginary solutionary stuff in a company. Okay? And this is what I'm loving here. If you have some skills and you can bring value with that skills, be sure this Accesa company could bring for you that environment where you can express yourself. This is what I'm loving here.
Okay, this is important for our IT community. Also, I would like to refer a bit the subject we have chosen for this edition, 2022, regarding artificial intelligence and innovation, humanity reimagined. So I'm curious about how do you see the future of technology and maybe humanity also?
There is a meme on the Facebook where somebody said, okay, what's happening if the business people will know about AI? Behind the AI, we are having also just some if-else algorithm and nothing else. It's some boring stuff. Yes, if-else, but a milliard of them, or billion of them, and you cannot imagine that many of decisions. And we are not talking that level of if else, we are talking that level of how we could do better models, and this is the keyword of the artificial intelligence. The first step is you have to offer the possibility to learn, and to learn for the AI to learn, you have to bring data, but lot of data. And that lot of data means big data. And big data means totally another technologies, what you are learning in universities or in colleges. So big data in another universe. And everybody needs to learn that, because this is the future. So everything starts with big data management, data processing, data modeling, and after that, AI comes over it, the top of it. And humanity reimagined. Okay, it's it's a very interesting topic right now in this war situation. I think. The best is to do in your IT field something that's good for humanity and not something that's bad for humanity. Okay, helping machineries to bomb other peoples is not really a good thing. But helping medical systems to discover in early phases some cancerous stuff is a good thing. Okay, so my opinion is, if you are doing software, do in that way to help the humanity in a human way, and not the war and the egoism of some people.
That's a kind message, of course, because the conclusion, after all, is to be positive and to have a positive impact in the change of the technology. And
in an IT domain, you always have the possibility nowadays to choose. Okay, I'm going to that company to be always the good side.
Yeah, very correct. So, talking about the future, what would be, what should we expect from Accesa in the next 2 or 3 years?
We have also internal secrets related to this, but what can I say is we are discovering the trending stuff, but we have an innovation office. I can start from here. Okay, we have an innovation office, and everybody who has innovative ideas could go to that office and start an innovation project. This is number 2 for this stuff. After that, with this innovation, and if we are always having, right now we are having some innovative projects. If we are successfully creating that proof of concepts or most valuable products that are demonstrating the idea is really innovative and the idea is working, we are starting to do projects with that. And I can say we already are having few innovative ideas in incubation phase. And if they are coming up and if they will grow, that will be very, very nice stuff.
So these are ideas proposed by your
ideas as buzzwords. I can say we are started innovation project in the blockchain domain.
Okay.
And also in pre-sales solution finding domain, a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And it will be very, very, very nice, this stuff. But this is also, sorry, my my dog is barking.
Don't worry.
This is always good stuff for Accesa, this innovation office and this innovation line of doing new ideas or bringing new ideas into solutions towards to our customers. And not only, if we are doing also product, I will be very happy.
Okay,
Yes.
so for a specialist to work for your organization, for your company, I succeeded to catch some key phrases like the atmosphere in your company. It's really okay, and you like it and you recommend it. And also regarding the innovation hub you've implemented in Accesa, which is an interesting idea which promotes the entrepreneurial spirit in your company. What should be other 2 or 3 reasons for a specialist that decides to work for your organization?
It depends what you mean when you mean specialist. But okay, kind of joke. But if you are an IT engineer and if you are thinking as an engineer, Accesa is a good place, because in Accesa you have kind of meritocracy. If you are doing good jobs with your with your brain, you always be in the front line. But for this is mandatory to have that attitude of engineer vocation. Okay, if you are feeling well, okay, the IT is my vocation and I'm not doing IT just for money, your place in Accesa, because there's a lot of challenges, and that kind of challenges that can be solutioned only with a lot of vocation behind. If you have no vocation, you will fail in a very quick way, and you will find another organization at another company and another company, and all the time you will be defined as a job hooper, because you cannot accommodate in any places, and that's not good. So vocation is very important.
Okay. So now I think we've reached the end of our interview, and my favorite question for our guests is what would be your message for the IT community?
To have a lot of vocation in what you are doing and a lot of imagination. For me, it's worth. I'm immediately I'm having immediate I'm immediately 50-year-old, so it's not seeing, but yes, okay.
Yes.
So I met a lot of people with different attitude in IT, but the most successful people was that one who had that engineer attitude, who had that vocation to not sleeping all the night because having an idea and have to see how that idea is working, and the idea is more important than sleeping, and that kind of attitude, it's very okay for IT, because you will have that kind of challenges all the time to find a solution inside in your brain for something, not writing code. Writing code is the last sentinel of doing software.
Yes, that's true. After all, it's about having impact.
Yes, you have to learn about analyze and synthesize, and that can be done inside in your head. And after you synthesized everything, you can take your laptop and write code and demonstrate if your synthesized ideas are okay or not okay.
Okay.
And yes, failing the ideas is not bad. The idea is to try all the time and try and retry until you will find a good and working solution.
Okay.
That's my message for the IT community.
Okay, thank you, Attila, for joining this interview. For you, those at home, we have less than 1 month, I think, till DevTalks 2022. See you on 8th and 10th of June in Bucharest and nationwide at DevTalks. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
Hello. Thank you.